Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking FootJoy Hyperflex BOA. You're going to say, Jeff, I'm looking at a blue shoe bag. Yes, just another shout out to my guys at Winston Collection. I wasn't sponsored or paid for it. I actually bought these bags a couple years ago, but just wanted to show the people how nice these bags are. You can get them very inexpensively if you search the internet. Between $12 and $20 each. Again, what I put in the other video was what I love these for, and you can see is I use them for my car primarily and my house, but to keep all the grass and debris from getting in my trunk or what have you. So we're going to talk FootJoy Hyperflex. I know this is last year's style. This is a 1 year kind of wear test that I've gone through. Just want to kind of go over what I like, what I don't like about these guys. The style numbers almost irrelevant because they've already updated this to a different color and a different blue. But a couple things, we'll get into the specs. 2-year warranty on these guys. They call it their performance mesh. This is a strato foam, what they call here, which is a little different than the Traditions, what I reviewed earlier. This is on a flex last, so a different last, again, with FootJoy. This is on their BOA system as well, so you can see FootJoy says this comfort out of the box and incredible grip. So let's get into all this here, kind of with the pros and cons of style. So we'll run through the same thing I ran through with the other FootJoys. If you haven't watched my Traditions review, certainly feel free to watch that one. 5 different categories: style, sizing, comfort, quality, and waterproofness. So let's go to style. So this is a very different, very, I would say, modern, contemporary type shoe. I think that's what drew me to it. Very cool, very athletic-like. I like the look of these. This happens to be navy with a gold and white sole. So style, I mean, if I give it anything, I'd say a 10. It's a cool looking shoe. They're very modern, again, so I'll give it a 10. Sizing. Okay, if you haven't watched my other video, I'll try not to be on my soapbox very long. But FootJoy, what are you guys doing with this? I'm a 9 or 9.5 and a 9.5 in any athletic shoe, a 9 to 9.5 in any golf shoe. And FootJoy, you have so many lasts that the consumer doesn't know what shoe to even buy anymore, what size to even buy anymore. I'm going to look. I'm not even sure. So these are 8.5s for me. I tried a 9.5 first. It felt like it was about a size 12 for me. I went to a 9. It was still way too big, and an 8.5. My street shoe size is a 9, my dress shoe size, and my athletic, again, and every shoe outside of Brooks is a 9.5. FootJoy seems to want to make us all crazy with this game of trying to figure out what your lasts are and how they fit. And I'm not the only one, because I go on forums and everywhere else, and everyone has the same problem. So if FootJoy is listening, I would say you got to fix your last, or at least give sizing tips when on your website how these fit. This isn't rocket science. This should be pretty simple for them to say this shoe runs true to size, this shoe runs half size small, half size big, what have you. These are 8.5 medium width. I don't even know if you can get these in any widths besides what they come standard. Maybe you can now. You couldn't at the time. So anyway, we'll get off my sizing. So sizing, once you figure out what your sizing is with FootJoy, these are great shoes. Super comfortable. I like these shoes a lot. Comfort, I would give it a 10 out of 10. And I'll get into the cons here in a second. But initially, very comfortable shoes. Quality's been phenomenal for me. Again, I've worn these shoes, man, 20, 30 times. They've held up great. I mean, you can see there's very little wear on these at all. I mean, just a great quality shoe by FootJoy, which shouldn't surprise anybody. And waterproofness, to me, I had, again, very little issues with these, if at all. I would say they're a 10 out of 10. So very high scores. If I go style is a 10, sizing is a 9, comfort's a 10, quality's a 10, and waterproof's a 10. It's a 49 out of 50. It's a really, really solid shoe. So FootJoy should be happy with this. So let's get into some of the cons. I don't have a lot of these, but I did want to show you guys all the spikes. if you watch my Traditions review, this is what I wish the Traditions had. And the reason if you haven't watched that one, watch it, but I kind of give you a little sneak peek, is part of the problem if you're a walker and you're walking on a wet cart path or a bridge or stones or anything, and you only have 7 contact points, it's real easy to slip and damn near kill yourself. What I like what FootJoy's done with this, and they call this their extreme grip, is they have all these millions of contact points all over. I wish the Traditions did that. I understand it's a different price point, but I really enjoy this shoe. So the other things I'd say I would change is, my 2 cons with this shoe are pretty simple. Is the BOA system is great. I know they don't own that. You kind of push in and turn to tighten, as you guys can see here. You pull out to release and go like this. So the BOA system initially is great. What I find, and again, maybe my feet get smaller as I'm playing, I'm not 100% sure, but I find that I have to tighten these as my round goes. The other thing I don't love about these, if I had one other thing, is this is very high on your Achilles. So guys like me who wear no-show socks or very low socks, this will literally dig into your Achilles. I haven't had it where some guys where it literally was bleeding, but I always try to wear something that comes above the collar here for to kind of protect my Achilles and heel. But overall, I really like these shoes a lot. I have friends who have them in white and black and gray and all different colors. I absolutely like these shoes. I would say I give them, I mean, as high as a shoe I've worn in a long time, I love it. The only thing I said is the only caveat is I just wish this was cut maybe a little lower and this wasn't so cutting into your heel. And again, the only other issue I've had is this seems to loosen through my round. But overall, I mean, they're probably up there in the best pairs of shoes I've worn in a long time. Great shoes, great quality. My only beef with FootJoy is to try to figure out what in God's name your sizing is. It's so all over the board. Should I be an 8.5? No. But again, with their sizing, I don't know why it makes it so difficult, but I would love for them to, at the minimum, let people know, hey, we're finding this to run half a size big, half a size small, wide, narrow, etc. I can tell you years ago, on a personal level, I was a wear tester for a number of brands for athletic shoes. And part of your responsibility was to kind of let the manufacturer know how they ran size-wise. And so I don't know what goes on in the market with FootJoy in particular. I'm not sure if they wear test anything. I would assume guys on tour or somebody's testing these. Why they don't report that this is run size wide, too narrow, too long, too short, and get it back to the consumer is beyond me. But again, I get off my soapbox, but that's my one complaint with FootJoy and always has been is with the sizing. It's just all over the board. But again, guys, we have a ton of golf stuff coming up. Just want to kind of give you some I don't say older reviews, but a review of some shoes I've had for a little long term. You know, the initial shoe reviews are great, and I've done one for Jordans and a few others. I think part of the problem is you don't really know the long term, how they held up, how they feel, comfort, all those different things. Initially, shoes should feel pretty good. So if you like this kind of stuff, certainly like, subscribe. And again, as always, guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave in the comment section. As you guys see, I respond pretty quickly and to pretty much every comment. But again, if you have any questions, let us know. But I want to thank you guys for your support. I appreciate it, and we will see you next time. Thanks, guys.